Remember, too, that the major purpose of having a goal is not just to acquire the goal. The major reason for setting goals is to compel yourself to become the person it takes to achieve them. In other words, attaining the goal is of secondary importance. What's far more important is what you become.
Why are goals so important? Why? The reason I believe goals are so important, man, is for the same reason so many people kill themselves. Right? Most people kill themselves because they feel like their life has no purpose. It has no purpose. It isn't serving a purpose. They don't feel like they're being of purpose, right? Purposelessness is most likely one of the leading causes of suicide, you feel me, of drug addictions, of homelessness, of depression, anxiety, stress, a sense of hopelessness. So if you find yourself feeling like this, you feel me, if you find yourself feeling like there is no hope, there is no point, you might feel this way because you're not living your life with a purpose. You're not putting goals that cause you to grow, that cause you to get better each day. You're not doing things that are good for you. You might be doing things that you only want to do. You might be only doing the things that you feel like doing, not the things that you should be doing. You might not be doing the things that you need to also be doing, right? So our focus might be a little jacked up, right? And maybe that might be the root cause of your feeling of not feeling like you serve a purpose in life. Your feelings of hopelessness, your feelings of always needing somebody there, or of needing somebody's approval, not only your own. And I felt like this. I maybe didn't feel as purposeless as some people do to go and cause me to kill myself, but I did feel a sense of like, yo, what is my purpose in life? Why? Like, okay, obviously I wasn't just supposed to be a Marine, right? Obviously I'm not just a fighter. Obviously I just don't, I don't just, what do you call it? I'm not just here to fucking talk shit to people. I'm here to serve a purpose. So what is it? And a lot of us ask ourselves that, but we don't take it a little further. We don't educate ourselves. We don't pick up the books. We don't listen to the tapes. We don't apply the advice of other people. When other people critique us, we look for people to blame rather than taking responsibility for the things that are us to be responsible for, right? It's easy to say, oh, this fucking stupid relationship that I got into, that's what got me like this. Oh, my boss is a dickhead, that's why I can't pay my car. Like, what the hell does your boss have to do with your car insurance? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's us. A lot of the problem is us as individuals. We try to talk shit about the government, but at the end of the day, governments are run by individuals. And if the individuals are jacked up, you feel me, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, then the systems that they are in, the organizations that they work in, are also going to be jacked up, because those individuals' morals and ethics are not up to the par, right? They're not living a righteous life, and that's why they don't live a prosperous life. And even when you see individuals that are rich, you still see them looking for stuff, unsatisfied. Why? Because they're not living a life with purpose. They haven't put a why before their want. I want this, I want that. But at the end of the day, why do you want that? You get me? What affected me the most at 24, 25, 26, it wasn't so much that I didn't know what my purpose was. It was that I didn't feel competent enough to achieve that goal, all right? To achieve those dreams, those dreams of grandiosity that I had, that I still have, and that I now nurture, right? And I take responsibility and accountability on myself for stepping up to the plate and accepting what God has put in me to do, right? So a lot of us, it's not that we don't have a purpose, but some of us, we've already figured out what the fuck we were supposed to be doing. We've already figured out what we came here to do. Now all that is needed for us to do is to accept it, right? And accepting it is kind of hard, because most times we don't want to accept things because we don't feel like we're gonna live up to the standards that are required for us to do what it is that we feel we want to be doing, right? So lack of competence and confidence is one of the major causes of people to never go after what they have in their mind and in their heart that they want to do. And the only way to achieve this sense of confidence and competence is through acquiring, gathering, you feel me? Knowledge, information. Because only through knowledge and information can we gain a sense of understanding and comprehension of like the bigger picture, right? You can't just sit there and in your imagination, not putting anything on paper or voicing anything and recording anything with all the technological access that we have. You can't just sit there and just go off your imagination. Like, yeah, some people are gonna be able to do that, but not everybody. So the majority it'd be wise of you to put your thoughts down, so that way you can either read them, or now you're not just saying it in your mind, now you just put it on paper too. So now you have two forms of like making that more real. And as you see, like I'm right now I'm lacking the vocabulary to express myself or to express certain thoughts that I have. So for me, because I'm a person that likes to articulate himself in many different ways, so that both the uneducated and the educated understand me, and the person in the middle, that means that I need to read more, right? I need to practice my craft a lot more, so that I can bring more value, so that I can become more valuable to myself. Why? So that I can become more valuable to others. So the more I invest in myself, the better I feel about myself, the better other people feel around me. The more confident they feel about themselves while they're around me. You feel me? And the better the world becomes. Why? Because I am living in my purpose. I am developing myself. I'm not worrying about what other people may think. And that's another thing, what is the word? We'll go with thing. It's something else that can hinder your progress. Living by the opinions of others, by the validation of others, that is something that can really hinder your progress, right? And that's the first thing that you should bring yourself back to. Only validation you should need is your own, man. The validation of yourself and of God, you feel me, of the universe, of situation and circumstances. Opportunity presenting itself, yo, that's your validation that you're ready. Don't go ask Lucy or John. Nah, they're not you, and you're not them. You're you. Back to purpose and purposelessness. You get me? I'm a veteran. I got out of the military 6 years ago, and in those 6 years, I've heard about a lot of suicides, right, in the veteran community. I've had 3 to 4 friends that have attempted it. I've talked to them. Hopefully I've had a positive effect, so that, you get me, I've been able to express myself honestly with no agenda and not trying to sugarcoat shit for nobody. You get me? Just trying to be honest and truthful and compassionate. And hopefully I've been of a positive effect. But just knowing, understanding what they're going through, because I was going through it, right? Because the thoughts crossed my mind. And in those thoughts crossing my mind, and me stepping back and asking myself, yo, whoa, Sosa, what the fuck why are you thinking about this? You've never thought about this before, right? I never thought about it, right? So what I had to pay attention to how I was feeling, right? How I was feeling was what was causing me to think like that. So now I'm like, okay, I'm thinking like this because I'm feeling like this, and I'm feeling like this because I don't know this. And so sitting there, I was like, damn, so this is how all of my buddies gotta feel, right? They get out of the military, 23, 24, 25. They're feeling this sense of hopelessness and purposelessness, and they are feeling like this because they lack the information, they lack the knowledge, and therefore they don't have the understanding and the comprehension. So because they don't have understanding or comprehension, they lack the wisdom to act properly. They lack the wisdom to properly apply knowledge that can stop them and that cannot prevent them from feeling this type of way, by preventing them from thinking this type of way. And for me, it was acquiring knowledge and information that allowed me to be able to understand both my situation and relate to other people. Not just veterans, but civilians, right? I'm in college. I've never been to college. I got left back 3 or 4 times in my whole school, my grammar school and high school upbringing. I got left back twice in grammar school, and I was a junior with freshman credits in high school, so I had to drop out to go into the military. So I've never felt competent when it came to the educational field, right? This is something that I've had to develop myself. And so sitting in classrooms, I would think like, oh shit, now I see the dropout rate. Now I see why people drop out. Like, first of all, most of the shit they're teaching you here is useless, right? It's just general knowledge, general information on nothing, on just general shit, nothing specific, nothing about how to become financially independent, nothing about how to be an influential person in the life of others, nothing about how to deal with psychological problems, nothing about how to deal with stress, depression, anxiety, nothing about becoming financially literate, financially independent, how to start your own business, none of that. How to network market with other people. Nothing that is going to be useful in this capitalistic American society. Not saying nothing wrong about capitalism, all right? I got no problem with capitalism. So long as you're not doing anything at the expense of another, I'm good. But yeah, man, and it was like, yo, knowledge and information. Knowledge is not power. A lot of people are like stuck on, oh, knowledge is power. No, knowledge is not fucking power, bro. Knowledge is just information. If you don't understand the knowledge, if you can't comprehend the knowledge is useless to you. Am I right or am I right? Right? Like, if you can't understand or utilize that knowledge, then knowledge is useless. Knowledge is only useful when you can properly apply it. And that the manner in which we learn to properly apply this knowledge is by understanding it, by repetition. Repetition is the foundation, man. It's the foundation. The consistency is what will allow you to become the person that you have in you the potential to become. Each and every one of us, man. You know how many undeveloped speakers are out there that are gonna speak 10 times better than me. Like, come on, fam. Like, yo, this universe, this world, this life is reciprocal. Everything we do, good or bad, has an effect, right? And for me, I mean, I've fucked up a lot, but I've always tried to do more good, and that'll also keep you on the right track. It'll also keep you away from those negative thought processes. And yeah, man, I just wanted here to come and talk about this, man, about this issue that a lot of people are having problems with, which is the feeling of not feeling like they are living a life with purpose, and feeling like their life serves no purpose. And a lot of people die feeling this way, not understanding that, hey, you came, you lived, you did the best that you could with the information and the understanding that you had. And that's really what a lot of us need to understand. Like, if you're 60, if you're 70, and you didn't accomplish everything that you wanted to, but you still did some good, right? You're still here, you're alive, you're healthy, you're a good person, but you weren't able to step out of your box because you were too reliant on the validation of others, then it's up to you to just take responsibility for that, for how you felt short, right, for yourself in those aspects, and kind of understand that, yo, even though you might have failed, you didn't fail yourself completely. I mean, you probably helped a lot of people in the process. Your smile may have remedied a lot of people's days throughout your lifetime. And that's one of the things that a lot of us need to recognize also, right? That sometimes the best that we can do is what we are doing with what we got. But obviously never be satisfied with the bare minimum. Always do your best. Like the 4 Agreements said, always do your best. Nothing more, nothing less. And you will both not fall short of yourself, and at the same time you will also not disappoint yourself by going for more than you already know you were capable of. But at the same time, as the book Think Big. All right, think big. If your goal is to make $1 million, add a 0 to that. All right, add a 0 to that, because you might be thinking too small. If your goal is to make $5 million, you might want to add a 0 to that, right? Your purpose might be to make 50, not 5, right? 5 may be good for whatever you want to do, but it might not be enough for what God wants you to do, right? And that's why I say think big. Don't let mediocrity be the label that with which you walk each day. Nah, think big, and think right, and you shall grow right, and you will grow rich. All right. It is each and every one of our rights to be rich, happy, and successful, but not everybody's gonna take responsibility for that right that has been given to them and begin to live it out, right? It took me some time. It took me 27 years to realize a lot of stuff, and now I've been here applying it for the last 2.5, almost 3 years. So it's gonna take time. Some people wake up at 35, some wake up at 20. Everybody's got their own life to live, right? Let's not live other people's life. Let's live our own. That's all I got for you guys right now. All right, y'all have a blessed rest of your day. Love ya. And 1.